Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 36 of the Frisky Whiskey. It's 36, dude. We did 35 last week.
We survived last week, too.
We actually survived Halloween with the werewolf, with Terry, with all the demon children.
I had a problem with
Terry.
Terry. He didn't leave my house for a couple days.
It got crazy, dude.
It got crazy, man.
It got crazy.
Terry didn't leave, man. He finished a whole bottle of High 10.
And then we also had the Black Cat join us.
Yes.
Leroy,
our board of directors.
Our board of directors.
Yes, yes. But tonight's going to be a good episode.
I'm looking forward to it.
So tonight,
what are we doing?
Tonight, we are doing Vermouth Takes Manhattan. So we're gonna dabble into the Manhattan cocktail tonight.
Yep.
We decided that we're gonna do one whiskey.
Yep.
We're doing a Michter's Rye.
Yep. And the reason why we chose this particular one is because it did win the Battle of the Ryes when we were doing the individual episodes. I believe it was number two.
Yep. It's a good classic rye.
And it's a versatile rye, which makes it even better.
And then we have three different vermouth.
Vermouths.
I don't know how you would say that. But we have three different ones. I think two are from Italy, one's from France.
Yep.
So, and we'll go more into that. We're not going to go into history of vermouth. I mean, really.
Yeah, we're a whiskey podcast.
Yeah, we're a whiskey podcast. We've already done the history of Michter's already. Yep. So I'll talk about some history I read about in Manhattan. Yeah. And we'll see how it goes and see what we like out of these drinks. Okay.
I'm digging it.
So the classic recipe, when I looked up, the traditional recipe is made with rye.
Okay.
So it was always started as a rye drink. Somehow over time, it somehow morphed into a bourbon Manhattan.
Do you think it's because ryes tend to be spicier than bourbons, and bourbons are a little bit sweeter, so people wanted to dull down and maybe not have it be so
sweet? That was
punchy,
that was the whole purpose behind it doing the rye. Because the rye wasn't as sweet, and you're mixing a red sweet wine.
But then people's flavors, or taste change.
I also think rye, rye fell off the
That's true.
radar for a very long time.
Yeah.
So I think that was part of the problem. Back in the day, if you wanted a bourbon Manhattan, you had to order it as a bourbon. If you ordered Manhattan, it came with rye. You said bourbon Manhattan.
Then it came with the bourbon.
Right. And there's other variations of Manhattans out there, too. And actually, there's one called the Perfect Manhattan.
Okay.
Which is actually 2 ounces of your whiskey, ½ ounce of sweet vermouth, ½ ounce of dry vermouth. Oh. Then your bitters. You could add a cherry. I've seen conflicting information about adding a cherry.
Okay.
Where it wasn't really meant to be the original, and if you add the cherry, it
orange,
changed
right?
it.
Like that's what they
orange
do now
peel, yeah.
Orange
So,
peel.
but we're not going to mess with the cherries and the oranges. We're just going to have a cocktail.
But the cool part is you can actually see how it kind of morphed into being an old fashioned.
Yeah, and it is.
Like you can see that. It's literally just
probably one of the
this.
oldest drinks. There was an actual little question: what came first, the Manhattan or the Martini? The Manhattan came first.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. And I'll talk about the history, the brief little history I did find in the Manhattan, because it is kind of a myth about the Manhattan. But I think we're going to dive in here, man.
Let's do it.
All right, so let me
I'm
get
all
some,
about it.
We've got some fancy glasses we're going to use tonight.
All right. Proper Manhattan glasses. Uh-oh. Oh, they got a little frosty. Look at that. That was that's got like Craggle Rock going on.
It's like, it's rock candy. It's going all fancy here.
It's going rock. We got rock candy.
All right, so T.I., while I'm setting up the whiskey here, why don't you talk about the...
Sure, yeah. We got the Martini Rossi here. This is the Rosso. So this is, I think this is one of the... It's kind of like an original one. This one...
Oh, yeah, Martini?
Martini Rossi, 1863. So this one's your classic. Yep. I don't think there's much to say about it.
No, everyone knows it. You get it anywhere. Yeah, look, they sell it in grocery stores.
Yeah,
it's classic. It's very well known.
Usually that's the one they go to.
Yeah. No, this is probably that, and probably Gallo is the other most known one. Now, a quick little story about Martini Rossi. Back in the day when Mr. Dewars was making his whiskey, his scotch, he got together with Mr. Martini, and they said, let's make a drink.
Okay.
And they got together, and they came up with the Rob Roy.
Ooh, okay. That's something that we were actually talking about.
Yeah, I mentioned it last night. So we did that one drink that one night. We made the chocolate Manhattan on the fly.
With the Pritchards.
Yes. We're just splitting these tonight.
Yeah. We're not going that crazy.
Just making sure before I start pouring like crazy now. All right, so we got 2 ounces of rye. And we have 1 ounce. Ooh,
A little bit more then.
All right, and then a couple.
Yeah, a couple of the shots of bitters. There we are.
All right.
Give it a good old mix-a-rooney.
Put you back where you belong.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so you give it a good stir. Now, one thing you never do with a Manhattan is you never shake,
You're not supposed to
shook,
shake 'em.
or whatever you want to call it.
Shaking, shookin',
Shaking, shooking.
shookin', shuckin'.
Now, and ideally, you want to have those glasses chilled that you're pouring into.
Which we did. We had it
We
in
did.
our
We have
ice.
a little thing over here with ice. We're trying to be as correct as possible
Yeah.
here.
Now we do the tedious back and forth pour.
So
Alright.
yeah, we did survive Halloween. Terry didn't leave. He stayed for a few extra days.
That's fine.
I really didn't want him to. He was
The
kind of
Halloween
uninvited,
spirit.
but he was
Halloween
okay.
spirit.
You know, he's pretty much didn't leave my patio. All right, so made the cocktail. So we have our first Manhattan with the Martini Rossi.
Yeah.
Cheers, my friend.
Michter and
Happy Friday.
Martini. Happy Friday.
Smells good. It's not bad. It's not a bad cocktail.
I like it. So I've always been a big fan of the Manhattan anyways. I like the bitterness that you get with it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that comes from the bitters and the vermouth at the same time, because vermouth to me is kind of like a weird, funky flavor.
Yeah,
Honestly-
I've never drank vermouth by itself, and I know there's
I've
like,
taken a sip by itself. It's a very unique flavor.
oh my god, this is a movie, Groundhog's Day. You ever see Groundhog's Day? There's a scene where she's talking about like you remember he's trying to get to know her really well,
Yeah.
and so as he's getting to know her, one of her things was on a nice snowy night or day, I like to sit on the windowsill, read a book with a shot of dry vermouth. So that's the only time I've ever seen somebody even order a vermouth in any situation. It was in a movie. I don't even know.
I mean, sure, I guess that can work. I mean, it works in this.
I mean, look, when they made this, I don't think they were making it to make cocktails, right? I don't know the history.
To
of
me,
this.
it's like a cordial almost.
I think
I know that might be blasphemous, but that kind of is what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
It's like a cordial.
yeah, maybe you're supposed to sip it. It's an Italian thing or a French thing. You sip,
Yeah.
because it seems like the
I guess
Italian.
Mediterranean thing.
From what
guess
I
you
can
could
tell, it
say.
looks like the Italians and the French make vermouth.
Yeah.
From when I went to Total Wine, and the next one we were using that came recommended from somebody, and that's what kind of got me into doing this whole idea of doing different vermouths.
So now, question for you: how much was the Martini Rossi?
Oh, it's cheap. All these were cheap in the end.
Was that like $20 or something?
No, this was like $8.
Oh dang.
I think this one was 11.
Okay.
Now the small bottle was like 8 or 9. I think the bigger bottle was like 20.
Okay, so it's
So,
like
but
you're
I-
basically like we're doing the same
Yeah,
thing
if-
that we do with our whiskeys. It's just like the cheaper, a little
Yeah.
bit more expensive, a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, this one would technically be the most expensive if it was a big size
Okay.
because it's worth more. I didn't want to spend $20 on a thing of vermouth that I may never use that much.
Yeah.
Now that I have 3 bottles of it now,
Well, now we have things. to
Well,
make
you're gonna
recipes
keep
with,
one.
yeah.
You're keeping one
We get to make recipes
because you never know.
when I need to make a Manhattan.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be kicking up this whole idea of making cocktails.
Yeah.
So I went back on Hudson's site. Remember I told you I made a cocktail last week. I couldn't remember the name of it. It was I forgot the name of it already.
You're like, I won't tell you this name, and it's
Damn
gone.
it! I looked at it today. Oh, now I have to know. I'm gonna pull out my phone.
Oh boy, here we go. So this is Hudson whiskey.
Whiskey.
All right, so this is the New York one that we've had for the
Yes.
States of Whiskey episodes. Okay. Which ones have we done from them? Have we done their?
I've drinking. You haven't had their rye yet.
I have
The
not.
rye is
I think we did
amazing.
their bourbon. That's right.
Yeah, the
It
rye.
was the yellow label. I believe.
The rye is amazing.
Okay. How would you compare it to Michter's? Because you've had it and you've had Michter's. If it was in the episode Ballad of the Rise, how would it have done?
Oh, I would like to put those two in a fight. To be honest with you, that'd be a hell of a fight. That's a good question because it's a damn good rye.
Yeah.
It's a very good rye.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I'd have to put them against each other. Oh, damn country! What do you care about my country?
I just want to know where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from everywhere.
I've been everywhere, man. All right. I don't know. There's all
The
their cocktails.
New York Rye Ball. That's what it was.
Ooh, let me see that.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
it.
so this
That was
isn't
it.
a highball.
Highball glass.
Okay, so this is 1.5 parts of the Hudson rye, 3/4 sweet vermouth, half part fresh lemon, topped with ginger. That or
Is there
ginger
lime
ale.
juice? Is there lime juice in there too?
That's what I said. So it's half part fresh lime.
Well, okay.
So that sounds really freaking good.
But when I made it, it was all right.
Really?
It was all right.
Did you make it exactly as I said?
Now, come on. You know how I do my
I'm just
things.
making sure. I mean,
I'm
that
only-
sounds
I
like
follow
a fantastic
recipes.
cocktail.
Well,
Because
I'll
one
make it
thing
for
that
you
I
again.
know, one thing that I know is like ginger beer and citrus fruits like lemon or lime go really well with the dark and stormy,
Right.
right? So I'd
Yeah.
imagine that those two combined with a little
Maybe.
spiciness from a rye
Maybe.
would probably go pretty well together.
But this is, look, I can order a Manhattan now. I don't think I could have 3 or 4 years ago. I think I have more of a
Palate for it.
palate for it.
Yeah.
I want to get better at making more cocktails with vermouth too. I mean, they have the other ones out there. I think one of these days we'll do a perfect Manhattan. We'll try that out next time.
Why not?
You know?
But I mean, I do like it. I think the Michter's is definitely holding its own. You can definitely taste
the whiskey.
You can taste the rye in there.
And I think you want that too.
Yeah.
I think you don't want
Well,
the,
it is a rye. It's a rye forward or a whiskey forward drink. Sorry, in case someone's using bourbon with it.
Yep,
Right?
yep,
It's
yep.
it's intended to
I
be.
mean,
a
look, in
whiskey
theory,
forward.
you can use American whiskey too. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, you could use Scotch, which if you're gonna do
That'd
that,
be really weird.
well, no, that's Rob Roy. Scotch and sweet vermouth. That's all. I mean,
But do you do bitters as well with it?
No, no, I don't.
Because that also adds like a whole other
Oh,
depth
God.
to
I
it.
used to like Rob Roy's. I'm having drawing a blank right now.
Because that would make a difference. Like this makes a ton of
tell you right
difference.
I'll tell you right now.
Although you just did like a couple of quick dashes, so.
I mean, that's all you need.
I just imagine it wouldn't.
No, you do butter. You do use bitters. Yeah.
So it's literally
it's a Manhattan.
it's a Manhattan.
It's a
but
Manhattan
with
Scotch. But you don't. In this one, you stir it over ice, strain into a chill glass. You could serve it like up or mixed in a rock glass as well too.
Okay, so I mean, you could technically do that with one of these too. It's just
Yeah.
not the classic way to
Yeah.
do it. These are Manhattan glasses.
Yes.
Like they're
Yes.
specifically made for this drink.
Yes. These
Yeah.
are fancy.
I know. They're light. They're delicate. I could crush it with my hand.
There you go.
So, let's try the Dolin. I think
All right. Let me do some cleaning here.
because I'm interested to know what the shakedown is going to be
Shakedown. The shakedown.
Between-
Stepping out for a second.
the Martini Rossi and this Dolin here.
So they found wolf tracks all over my neighborhood, man.
Really? Wolf or coyote?
I don't know. They said wolf.
They said wolf.
They said wolf.
Probably coyote.
Yeah, probably.
We got coyotes here, man. They're crazy. Like every once in a while, if like the fire station nearby, if the sirens go off, they can hear that shit and they start like howling like crazy. Or if the train's going by, right at like I don't know 11 o'clock. It's the late night one. It's like the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock one. They like lose their mind. It's crazy.
Have you seen that building they put up over there for the golf thing?
Yeah, it's weird.
But I don't think we can go to it. I think it's for pros only.
I don't know.
I think it's for like PGA.
Well, let's pretend we're pros. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, I live in the neighborhood. It's fine.
I'm wearing a golf shirt. What are you talking about?
Look at me. I got clubs.
Clubs?
I got a shirt. I'm wearing khakis.
So anybody's curious what I'm doing right now? I'm just chilling our glasses real quick.
Yeah.
I got them in ice.
We got to clean out the utensils here.
That's in the ice for
Yeah,
a
let
second
those
while
sit
I'm
there
doing
and give these a quick rinse a rooney.
that bowl ain't gonna
That's
make
fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Just stop using so much water. That's one way to do it.
it. Works at my house.
That it does. I cannot deny that at all. So
right.
the Dolin that we're getting into. So this is the French one.
Ooh. Wow.
1821. So this actually is like 5 years older than the Martini Rossi.
Okay.
So this is Vermouth de Chambery. So I'm
Okay.
assuming that's the region it comes from. Now, I'm not sure if everyone wants me to read the back, but I'm going to read it anyways.
Why not? I'm curious. I was going to ask you to.
So Dolin Rouge's bright and fresh character imparts lovely spice notes with a clean finish that doesn't overwhelm a drink's other components. Its mild sweetness makes for an exceptional Manhattan with any rye or bourbon, and ideal for a classic Martinez or a well-balanced Negroni. Ooh, I do like my Negronis. Dolin Rouge is also excellent to pair with olives or pâtés. So I guess that means that you can drink it on its own if you
Yep.
pair it with olives or pâtés.
Something makes sense.
Made to the same style and recipe since 1821, Dolin Vermouth de Chambery has long since been the benchmark for fine French vermouth. In the late 19th century, Dolin Vermouth de Chambery won medals in Paris, London, St. Louis, and Philadelphia. In the 1930s, Chambery became France's only protected designation of origin for vermouth.
Okay.
So much like,
Champagne,
Champagne.
or Bordeaux. It has to be from that whatever
It has to be
region.
from that region to be called
French.
French vermouth.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I like that. That's an interesting.
Hurt my hand. I gotta be careful. Don't ask.
Vigorous accidents. That's all.
Vigorous. Got a little wild in the bathroom, man.
Vigorous accidents. Gets you every time.
Yeah, the video stopped for a second, started loading. I was like, oh!
Oh man. Internet went out for a second.
Internet went out. All right, so back to our Michters as always. 2 ounces.
So I'm actually interested to see if there is a flavor difference. Like if we could actually tell.
I would like to think we'd be able to tell.
You know what I'm saying?
I would like to think we'd be able to tell.
Make sure you do about the same amount. That was right there.
Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah, you were just over.
Yep. I was just over on the
Yeah, on
Whiskey too.
the Martini Rossi. Well, that one's fine. Whatever.
more whiskey's fine. All right, a couple of dashes as they claim to be. All right, put
give
you
it
back where you belong.
So let's see
All right.
if the French have something to talk about. Let me grab the.
Oh, yeah.
Forget this guy.
All right,
All right.
here we go.
Give it a good old pour and let's see what we got. So, considering the fact that this thing has like a kind of history that it does, I'm interested to know if it's any different.
Oh, the flavor you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. But real quick, since you brought out, we said the word history.
It does smell different.
Well, that smells completely different.
I gotta try it.
Let me try it first.
Oh, that's way better.
Oh, wow.
That is way better.
Wow.
That's like night and day.
That's a damn good drink.
That is
That
night
is
and day.
tasty. That-
And you
that's
said that one
Dolin.
was 11?
Yeah, 11 or 12 bucks. That wasn't expensive.
So the flavor, what's added to it is more of the rye. Like the rye flavor came through more.
Yeah.
So a little bit of that funkiness that you get
Wow.
from this one is gone, and it's a little bit lighter. And so you almost taste caramel.
yeah, that's really tasty.
That's really, really freaking good.
That's good. So now I really like a Manhattan with this one. Like the last one was okay, but this one I really like.
Oh, this one is worth it. Wow.
All right, so Martini's already losing.
Really good.
So here, real quick. So you would think the Manhattan would have like this rich history or rich story behind it, you know? So it's kind of more, there's some myths about the Manhattan. So, and there are many theories, but these are the two that come up the most.
Okay.
So there's one that is the most popular one is that in the early 1880s, Dr. Leon Marshall came up with a recipe for a party that was being held in a Manhattan Club in New York City by Lady Randolph Churchill.
Okay.
Happens to be Winston Churchill's mother. All right. While she was pregnant, so many people in the industry believe that the stories of myth, because at the time she was pregnant with Winston.
All right.
So they don't think that she was partying, but you have your theory about that too.
Well, yeah, because you're talking about back in the day when whiskey was a remedy for many things.
Yep.
So to me, it's like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
can't, if you know you're pregnant and like the flavor of straight whiskey upsets your stomach,
This would help.
this might dull that flavor a little bit.
And
enough
they
for
gave
you
pregnant
to-
women,
yeah.
you know. Now the other story that goes around is there was a man going by the name of Black. Interesting.
Okay.
Invented the cocktail at the famed Hoffman House in New York City,
Okay.
and that's all it says about that story. That's it.
So a dude named Black created this cocktail.
At some fancy club in New York City,
Okay.
or a doctor created it at another club in New York City,
Huh.
the Manhattan Club. But no one can truly pinpoint.
All right.
Okay.
So how about this? Everybody who's listening, I want you to comment which story you think is true. Now, I'm inclined to think that, you know, the old school making a drink for a pregnant woman is probably more on par.
Yeah.
Just because I think of the history of the U.S. with whiskey.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
It being for medicinal purposes and maybe it upsetting a pregnant woman's belly, so she opts for it to be maybe flavored differently so she can handle it.
Okay. Maybe I agree
Like
with
a
that.
spoonful of sugar helps the medicine goes down
Yes.
type of thing.
Yeah. So you know, what, and I'm gonna lean towards that first story anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's two vagueness with the Black.
Yeah.
Then you know.
Well, it's like literally a club name and just this dude named Black at some fancy upscale place.
Now, I did find also the earliest known recipe for the Manhattan that was written down. So they found one that goes back to 1891.
Okay.
It was found in William Schmidt's fishbowl.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. But the original recipe is 2 dashes of gum, which is called gome syrup.
Okay.
2 dashes of bitters, 1 dash of absinthe.
Okay, absinthe. So maybe it's like a little bit of a French origin in place of.
Yeah, that maybe. And then 2.5 portions of whiskey, a third of a portion of vermouth. That was the original. That's the earliest recipe they could find.
So that makes me think that the French may be more ingrained in the Manhattan than maybe the Italian, because I mean they were 5 years older than Martini Rossi, right? So maybe it's one of those things where like the French kind of had this thing with vermouth.
I can't get over how much of a difference.
No, it's a massive difference.
I mean, it's 2 different drinks. I mean, they're both Manhattans, but there's
like
2
the
different
smell
drinks.
is different.
Yeah.
The flavor profile is different. Like this one it's honestly a lot smoother
Yeah.
and more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because to me the rye flavor is way more prominent in this one.
Right.
Like way more prominent. Whereas this one, it felt. I mean, you could taste it, but it was definitely you could taste the vermouth more than anything else.
Yeah.
Where this one's a little bit lighter.
It's lighter. It mixes better. It brings out the flavor of the. Even though we were getting a rye with this, we even said that we were like we're happy to get, but this brings out that rye.
Yeah.
It brings it up front, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it mellows
doesn't
it
hide
out.
Yeah, but there's no spiciness. You can
No.
just taste the rye flavors, which is nice. I like this a lot. I really enjoy this.
So this is the one that my buddy Ryan. He's the one who made me a Manhattan.
Oh, that's the Manhattan guy.
And well, I don't know if he's a Manhattan guy. He makes Manhattans. I don't know if I call him a Manhattan guy.
I thought he was the Manhattan guy.
Maybe we'll call him Manhattan guy.
Well,
You know what,
he's the
Ryan? Manhattan guy now.
You're now dubbed the Manhattan guy. Good luck to you.
Good luck. Use it well. Use it wisely. But he's the one who got me into this one. And the second he made me that drink, when I tasted it, I go, "What vermouth did you use?" Because I knew it wasn't this.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't.
No,
the
this one
Gallo.
is so distinct.
Yeah.
This one is so
I was
distinct.
like, wow, that's because I'm not a big Manhattan guy. He made that for me. I'm like, that's a good Manhattan. I'm like, and he
This
showed
is
me.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, this is really
Yeah,
good.
this is good. I actually want to pick up a bottle of this so I can make more, because I mean, the Michter's part of my little private stash. I would totally keep
Yeah,
this around.
it's not like a Manhattan's like a complicated drink by any means. You know?
Not at all. I mean, it's literally 2 ounces of your whiskey of choice, 1 ounce of your vermouth of choice, and some couple dashes of bitters.
Yeah, and I'm pretty
Stir
sure
in
you
some
can
ice.
start getting a little bit. And we're using the classic
Yeah.
bitters. You know, I almost brought my Woodford Reserve bitters.
Yeah, I mean, if you could do flavored bitters and kind of tweak it a
well,
little
my
bit.
Woodford Reserve's not flavored. It's just a regular bitter.
What I'm saying is you
But
could
you
do-
could. You
yeah,
could do a cherry.
Oh, a cherry would probably be nice.
And I know, like at our little gastropub, they make that apricot Manhattan.
That would actually probably go good with this one.
Yeah. I wonder, actually, I'm kind of curious what vermouth they use.
We should check next time we're there.
Yeah, which we haven't been there in a while. We have not been
Not
there in a
together.
while.
Not together.
Oh, you've been there a few times without me?
Yes.
See how it is now.
Hey, you know.
All right.
Shout out to my friend that I introduced to it. I had to make the
No,
introduction.
I know. I'm not making
I had
I
to.
don't care. I don't care.
I need to introduce-
I've been going
No.
to school at night, so I haven't
My
had
thing
time.
is I want to introduce as many people to that place so that it keeps going.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I've been going to school, so I just finished all that noise. But I was going twice, 2 nights a week, so I wasn't.
You're almost
really-
done, right?
I'm done.
Oh, you are?
Took my final test today.
Heck yeah.
It was tough.
I'm proud of
It
you.
was a little dip at the end, but then I made a solid
Turned it
comeback.
around.
I think I finished with like a B plus.
Oh, nice, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, so it was good.
That's awesome.
And it's funny, the last test, which I was most scared of, was the code of ethics test. You know, I have no code. I definitely have no ethics.
You have code, just not
And
ethics.
funny thing is, that was my highest scoring test of all my time.
I think you surprised
You know
yourself.
what? Because I was
You
like,
surprised yourself.
Because I
You
was
actually
like,
do have
what I was
ethics.
doing was, I was like, okay, there were 2 answers you knew just, okay, no, not doing that. The other 2, I'm like, the first one my instinct would pick on, I went right to the other answer.
That's what you do.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
Because my instinct would be like, well, you know, I'll work.
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
Italian, you know. I mean,
Yeah. We got
you
some
know,
light
look,
leeway here.
you know,
there,
you know,
yeah, a little.
slide me some tickets to that Yankees game and the Jets game. Well, yeah, we'll be there, man. We'll get you in there.
Nice.
You know. All right, so let's do some cleaning.
Yeah, let's do a quick cleanup.
Let's do a quick cleanup.
You know what to do.
All right.
Don't worry, it's the last thing of ice we got to dump. There's only one more Manhattan we have to make. I guess you put it in the plant behind you.
Yeah,
No, not that one. The other one.
This one?
Yeah, that one. There you go.
it's fine.
That's fine. Oh my God. Here. Don't forget to rinse these off as you pour through them. So the next one up.
Yeah, talk about that.
This is the
vermouth
next. Yeah, this is the next next vermouth. This is the other Italian one. Ooh, this one's even older. 1786. So this one was 1826. This is 1821.
So 10 years after our independence.
They decided that they needed this, yes. Vermouth by Giuseppe di Carpano.
Giuseppe. Old Giuseppe.
So let's see. Does it have anything? It doesn't really have anything.
No. Okay.
But interestingly enough, so you know how we were talking about you've never seen anyone drink vermouth just straight. This one says best on the rocks, well chilled. So this one is apparently intended to be.
So maybe after we finish this one, we'll just try. I don't know. That could ruin our night too. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But this one actually has like a specific batch number as well as bottle number. So like this one is kind of like, yeah, see, here's your batch number. So 21 of 77, and your bottle is 7203.
Someone signed it too.
Yeah, there's a little signature.
Yeah.
See?
Damn, they take that seriously. So maybe like in Italy and France, like vermouth is a thing. Like it's a true.
That smells way different.
It's a true thing.
Yeah.
And we just don't understand that yet.
Well, I mean, we understand it. We're just learning it. I think, well, because it's like any serious, like, alcohol, right? There's going to be some kind of pride behind it, right? That's why, like, the French, have obviously, like, Chambery is, like, where they can only, vermouth can only come from there in France.
Right.
Right? So there's, like, a certain pride to it. I guess it just depends on the particular facility. Like Martini Rossi, I mean, they're just mass production, right? It's not like there's much care to it. This is their product. They use it to make money. They've been doing it for so long.
The recipe's been their business model. The recipe's been working for years.
So that's what this is. But this is more of like your refined special kind of version. And
this one too.
Yeah, right? And the fact that they're actually suggesting that this is best on the rocks, like that tells me like they are very confident in this particular product.
In their product, yeah.
Yeah. And it's also the only one that came with a cork. I told you,
that smells completely different.
So this is even more different than these two. It's kind of like strawberries.
Wow, yeah, that's really interesting.
That's what it smells like. It smells like strawberries.
And the color is...
Now you got to go a little bit more, right there. Yeah. That's exactly where everything else was.
A little darker on this color in terms of not as reddish.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's heavy on this, like it does smell like strawberry.
There's just a little fruity in there.
Kind of like a strawberry preserve.
Yeah, like a tart strawberry.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's nice.
Well, supposedly you're supposed to do it 20 times.
One Mississippi. All right, we get it. All right. So let's see.
Final Manhattan of the night.
So
Rossi's out.
Antica
right now,
formula
the fight is with Dolin.
Vermouth de Giuseppe B. Carpano. So this is a very unique, I think, take on our vermouth.
I did that pretty good.
Mm-hmm. All right, cheers to the last one.
To the last one, the final.
Yeah, that's his bubbles.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're looking at. So this one actually does taste or smell exactly like it was in the bottle.
That's different.
Ooh.
It's definitely that strawberry's there. You're right about that strawberry.
So the rye is just slightly there. All it's doing is
this is masking the rye more.
Yeah. This one is just the rye is enhancing the vermouth more than the vermouth is enhancing the rye.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Like you can still taste the rye. It's in there.
Yeah.
But like it actually brought these flavors like they're so forward now.
This is interesting.
Dang. I like this one too.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay.
It's like strawberry preserves kind of, but
Yeah,
but less sugar.
Yeah. Oh, it's not sweet. It's funny. It's strawberry, but it's not sweet. This was the sweetest of them all.
This is the best balance, I think.
This is the best balance. This one's unique.
I like this. This one's good.
Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but I would lean on this one.
Yeah, if you're gonna be doing a lot of cocktails,
Yeah, this would be the one that people can.
Although, if you're curious about vermouth on the rocks, as well as making cocktails with it, like get the bigger bottle of this one for
Kind of
$20.
old Italian people living in your family, man. Bring that shit, bring it out.
Get like a little mix.
They might bring them right back to Pompel.
Yeah, you never know. You might. But this is dang good. I mean, again, you're right. I think the Dolin was better for just the straight balance between the rye as well as the vermouth.
And actually, I want to make a Rob Roy of this. I used to love Rob Roy's were years and years ago. That was a thing for me.
I do have some scotch upstairs.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We got the Johnny Walker Gold. We haven't cracked it.
We wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
Why not?
No. That's too good for that.
How do you know?
No.
How do you know?
That is too good for that. No. You need like a Dewar's. You're gonna make a cocktail with scotch. You're not gonna use
Johnny Walker
Gold.
Why not?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Heathen.
Or I just like
Heathen.
Money. Actually, that's the one I got a really good deal on.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That was the $40 one, but it's normally like $90 bottle.
Yeah.
And I still haven't cracked it yet, so I wouldn't mind doing one cocktail with it after trying it.
Oh, I just want to try it.
So,
Just saying. Try it.
let's try it.
I'm the Scotch guy.
Oh, we got to try it then.
Yeah, we gotta try it.
We gotta try it.
We'll do that tonight, maybe with.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think I'm probably gonna make one more Manhattan for me for the evening.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go right back to this one.
Dolin now, 100%.
Do you have any cherries in the house? Any
I do actually.
I think for that one we'll throw a cherry in there.
I do have a cherry.
A little cherry on top for the last one.
Okay.
You know?
We can actually. Well, I don't have any absinthe. I was gonna say we could try that original cocktail.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, we need that gum syrup. What the hell that was?
Gourmet.
Gourmet. God knows what they were making back in those days, dude. Oh my God.
Boiling random shit.
Taking
They're like pig snout.
boil it. Wrigley's Double Mint and melting it down to it.
Now it's known as Dr. McGillicuddy's. Oh man, that stuff ruins my stomach.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed our shenanigans last week with the the Halloween show. It was funny.
I agree.
I think I got a little toasty at the end there.
Yeah.
You think?
I think less than just at the end. There was a moment you just kind of zoned.
Is there? Okay, yeah.
And I laughed because you could tell there was like an immediate.
Yeah,
You did like the
while
whiskey
you were
stare.
gone, I took a break from
sabbatical from drinking.
from drinking, and that was like the first time I really got back into it. Since then I've been a raging alcoholic again.
To be fair, I also wasn't really drinking while I was traveling.
Right, you were busy.
I was hiking around doing stuff. Like there's nights where I would have like a drink or two here or there, but like
getting Legionnaire's disease, and the syphilis.
I know it was. I'm over it now, thankfully.
Thank God.
I survived. Barely anyone does.
You're making cotton down there. So we had a good night tonight.
It was.
I think it was a good show tonight. Everybody, I think you gotta try a Manhattan. Try open up your palates. Try some different drinks in your.
If you've never had a Manhattan, give it a go. It's kind of like a slightly more bitter old fashioned.
Yeah.
It's still tasty. It's still a classic whiskey drink. Give it a go. And it was started here in the States. Like, why not give it a little try?
So everybody, once again, check out foxcigars.com. We're gonna have a cigar. I'm not sure if cigar we're smoking tonight, but it's definitely from Fox Cigar.
I didn't grab it.
Yeah, they're upstairs. I know they're upstairs in
my collection.
In your collection. But follow us on Facebook. Not Facebook. Oh, I said Facebook.
Well, technically you can. We are on Facebook. We are.
We're getting so fancy.
We are on Facebook,
but follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe to those.
Yeah.
Make sure you comment on our videos so that we know, you like what's going on.
And you know what? Don't forget, chime in on. There was a question you wanted to ask everybody. They should chime in on. I already forgot what that question is.
Me too.
Yeah.
I asked it already.
Yeah. All right, we'll go past that.
Instantly out the brain.
Yeah, it's okay. But everybody, have a good night. I think it was a good time. Next week, we're gonna have a little special whiskey.
I'm looking forward to it.
That you don't know about.
I'm looking forward to it.
Chasing some rabbits. Okay, that's all you need to know about.
Jefferson Airplane.
Hey. White rabbit.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Enjoy your evening.
We built this whiskey.
On rock and roll. Have a good one.